Right, so this is part 2 of the bouncing ball tutorial, and in this bit of the video we are going to make the ball bounce several times. So to do that we need to make our timeline longer. So right now we've just got the ball bouncing once, so what we want to do is make it bounce 4 times. So I'm going to change my timeline here to 199. So it's going to bounce, I'm going to get a 4 seconds roughly. Okay, so now if I press play, you'll see that the ball will just bounce the 1 time. So what we want to do is make it bounce, say, 4 times. So I'm going to make sure that Select Surface Objects is turned off, and then I'm going to drag select all my curves here, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit here in the timeline, and I'm going to copy and paste these curves. So what I want to do is drag select all the curves, go to Edit, Copy, then go to frame 25, make sure I've got just those last 2 selected, and go Edit, Paste. And now the ball should bounce twice. There we go. And now I can drag select all of that, Edit, Copy, and then go to frame 149, click on the grey background, select the last 2 keyframes, making sure I'm right here at 149, Edit, Paste. Press A in the graph editor, and I should now have 4 bounces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. So we got the ball bouncing 4 times. Maya is not particularly good at copying and pasting curves. We kind of got lucky here because this is a relatively simple rig, well, a very simple rig. So it's not necessarily a great technique to use on a lot of things, but it does work here. So now let's have the ball bounce along the screen, and in order to do that we need to let's select the main control there, and let's go to Translate Z, which is this arrow here, the blue one, and this blue thing down here. And I'm going to delete, we've got some keyframes in the middle here, and I'm going to delete those. So I'm just going to drag select them and then press delete on my keyboard. And what I'm going to do is at frame 1, I'm going to move the ball over to this side of the grid, and then at frame 197, I'm going to move it over to that side of the grid. And then press A in the graph editor, and you'll see we've automatically, Maya gives us a spline curve with a slow in and slow out. We don't want that. So I'm going to drag select that curve and just straighten it. I'm just going to hit the linear tangents button there. And now if I press play, you'll see that my ball is bouncing along, bounce, bounce, bounce in a straight line. By the way, if we had that as a spline curve, this is what it would look like. Where is it? Why can't I? That is spline, isn't it? Whoops. No, it's not allowing me to do it for some reason. But if I flattened these tangents off here, you would get a slow in and slow out, which is an unnatural motion for this kind of thing because the ball needs to be traveling at a constant rate. So we want to, there we go, a straight curve, if that isn't a contradiction in terms. So the ball is traveling along in a straight line. And one thing you'll notice is that it should be reducing in height each time. So what I can do is pull that height up there and make it bounce slightly less each time it bounces. I'm holding down the shift key with my left thumb, and we're going to have to adjust some of these little curves here to stop this getting too crazy. But you can see as the ball loses, or as physics